Hey guys, I'm Eleanor.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Danny.
And we're from New Creation Family Church.
And you're watching the Reconnect Conference.
Hi everybody, I'm Zendre.
And I'm Justin.
And we're from El Shaddai Christian Church in Durbanville, Cape Town.
And we're so excited to learn something new about God with you.
Hello, my name is Mr. Fernando from Community Ministries in Mal District. There, they know me as Mr. Fabulous. So, from now, call me Mr. Fabulous.
Hello everybody, my name is Robin and I'm coming to you from my church, Word of Truth Ministry, in the beautiful small town of Port Alfred down in the Sunshine Coast. Hey kids, my name is Robin and I want to give you a warm welcome to our conference called Reconnect. This is the first lesson of our conference and we entitled it Life's a Jungle. Whoa, that was cool. Have you ever thought of life as a jungle? Many people do, and to navigate this jungle, we need the help of our Creator, God. So, are you ready for this first lesson? In this first lesson, we will be looking at keeping our eyes fixed on God and not getting distracted by the things of this world. You know, life is filled with so many different experiences and distractions. And in trying to live life to the fullest, we can get caught up in the madness of trying to do everything and experience everything all at once. But that sometimes leads us to doing things that we later end up regretting. And in doing these things, we can often also forget to honor God in all that we're doing. What happens is that in doing all these things, we sin and we fall short of what God wants us to be. Did you know that God wants us to enjoy this world and live life to the full? But He wants us to do it according to the standard He set for us. We need to keep our hearts and our eyes focused on God as to not get caught up in doing things that prevent us and others from enjoying life the way God intended. We need to seek God's will and know that the best way to live life and to experience it to the max is by living it through Him. So I want to ask you, are you focused on God? Our Bible story today comes from the book of 1 Kings, from chapter 1 all the way through to chapter 11. And don't worry, we're not going to read all 11 chapters, but I just want to summarize the story for you. So before we get to that, I'm going to give a bit of background. There once was a man called Solomon. He was a very wise man and eventually became the king. He loved living life and doing God's will. He chose to seek God in all things and he tried to enjoy everything in life. He eventually became very rich, and the more he tried to do for God, His kingdom, and himself, the more he began to forget God. He became so busy enjoying life that he stopped praising God and doing His will. He lost his way and the jungle of life overwhelmed him. He actually went crazy and became an evil man that forgot all about God. And he died alone and without honor. So let's read more about Solomon now. When King David was old, he made his son Solomon the next king. Solomon loved God and did what was right. One night, while Solomon was sleeping, God appeared to Solomon in a dream and said, "Solomon, I want you to ask me for something, and whatever you ask for, I will give it to you." Solomon answered, "Lord, you were always very kind to my father David, and now you have been kind to me by making me king. But God, being king is a big job. If I can ask you for one thing, I want to ask that you give me wisdom." God was very happy with Solomon because he asked for wisdom. God said, "Solomon, you could have been selfish and asked me to make you rich or to help you live a long time or to help you defeat your enemies, but instead you did the right thing and asked for wisdom. Now, as a reward, I'm going to give you wisdom and gold and a long life, and I'm going to help you defeat your enemies." So, Solomon became the wisest, richest king there ever was. He always made the right decisions, and kings and queens from all over the world would even come to learn from Solomon. Solomon even built a temple to God. His father, King David, had wanted to build a temple, but God said that Solomon was going to be the one to do it. It was a great temple for God where everyone could go and worship God and where the priests could live. So Solomon was very wise and very rich, and he did a great job building the temple for God. But then Solomon made a very big mistake. I wonder if you guys can guess what bad thing Solomon did. Let's see. Well, Solomon ended up marrying very many women. He had so many wives. In fact, he had 700 wives. That's a lot, right? And some of Solomon's wives were from other countries where the people didn't believe in and worship the real God. They believed in and worshiped fake gods. These wives told Solomon that they wanted him to believe in and worship their fake gods too, and not believe in and worship the real God only. God's number one rule is that we believe in and worship only Him because He's the only real God that there is. But Solomon got lost in the jungle of life and started to believe in and worship the fake gods too. And that made God very angry. It made God so angry that He decided to make someone else king instead of Solomon's son when Solomon died. And that's Solomon's story.
Hi boys and girls! Whoop,
Hi
whoop.
guys.
Welcome back to Reconnect. I'm Nathan
Eleanor.
and we are going to continue talking about life is a jungle. Wow, sure, jungles are really cool. There's a lot of things in a jungle, hey?
I've never been to jungle, so I wouldn't know.
Sure, but like if you watch like Jungle Book, like you see all the different animals and the plants and the things, like there's
It's
just
just
so
a
much.
mess. Everything is.
Sure, life is a little bit of a mess, eh?
It is.
But we can get very, very distracted by all of these things in life, right? So the first thing that we can get distracted by is like our toys, right? So we get like stuffed animals. Like, I don't know, I love like little toys like this.
nice.
Oh, it is Pluto, hey.
It's return to Mickey Mouse. Oh, sorry, I was getting distracted a little
Sure,
bit.
Eleanor.
Sorry.
Right, you mustn't get distracted. But yeah, like all our little like stuffed animals. So we got Pluto over here, and I like spending time with Pluto and playing with Pluto.
We
and
all love Pluto.
Oh, Pluto's so cool. Pluto is like legit. So we got like toys in our lives like Pluto, and then we got technology like phones and iPads and tablets and things like that.
So interesting. We
Sure.
like this.
So yeah, we got like tablets, and you know, I can go all day playing like Angry Birds and like scrolling on social media
We're supposed to be studying.
and you know, just like playing all these cool games on like the App Store. Alright, then we get like cool other toys like other cool toys that you find like Toy Kingdom or like Toys R Us.
Bop it!
Oh, have you guys ever seen a Bop It? Bop It's so cool. And then you can pop it, and then you like twist and turn. Except twist it.
You lost.
I lost. See,
You
I haven't had
got
practice.
distracted.
I got distracted by this. I got distracted by the noise. Okay. Shh. It's getting distracting.
Really?
So you get toys
timing.
like Bop It that are just super distracting, and you can spend all day just trying to bop it and twist it and turn it and all these things. And then like, I don't know, I like to listen to some music. Like I put on some cool headphones.
I can ignore people with these.
And I can ignore people, exactly. I can like just distract myself from the entire world and just put my headphones on and then like just play
Nathan,
my own
can you
music
hear me?
and just, you know,
Nathan!
like
Hello! Nathan!
jam.
Hi! The kids are waiting for you.
Wait, what did you say?
I was saying the kids are waiting for you. Stop getting distracted.
Sorry, got distracted. And there's other things that we can get distracted by as well, such as like trophies and medals and prizes, and like trying to strive to always like get these things
Win.
and to always like win and like focus on that. And you see all of these things. You've got music, we've got iPads, we've got like, you know, Pluto over here. There's just so many things that we can get distracted by and spend so much time on these things instead of focusing on God. Now, these things are not bad in and of itself. Like, you know, God has given us these amazing things to enjoy. But it is also important to not focus all of our energy and time on these things, but to focus on God. He's given us these tools so that we can use them to glorify Him. So we can use our iPad to read the Bible app as an example. We can listen to our headphones and we can listen to worship music and some sermons, or we can give people toys and gifts as a way of showing love. And we can do so many things with the tools that God has given us. But we must use it to His glory, and we mustn't use it to get distracted or to think of other things instead of God. I think that is really cool. Like, we can have all these fun things, and like, it's so much fun to have all these things, but it's important to keep our eyes on God. And in the mess of the jungle and all the things that are in the jungle, we must remember that God created all of those things, but we can use it for His good.
That's so true. Today we're going to be going over our memory verse, and Danny's going to put it up on the screen, covering Nathan's face, hopefully. And it says, John 10 verse 10, "The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life." Robin told us about Solomon, who had a rich and satisfying life. And then the enemy came and he took that rich and satisfying life and made it his own purpose, where Solomon just went away from God and he went on a rave. And just like how life is a jungle, there's so many things in that jungle that God has given us, rich things, satisfying things that God has given us, that the enemy takes and he makes it into a bad thing. So I want you guys to make sure you remember that what God gives us, don't let the devil come and take those things. Use it for God's good. Everything can be used for God's good.
Hey, preach it, Eleanor. Woo! All right, awesome kids. Well, I hope you guys learned so much today in our lesson about life as a jungle, and we just meditate on this and we just remember God's goodness in all of this. All right, awesome. I hope you guys have an awesome time, and we will see you sooner than you think.
And remember the memory verse, John 10 verse 10.
Yo.
Bye.